Ann is a great friend of mine. She is a pioneer for Arabian horses. And I know you guys know she got one of the best jobs in the world a while back. And she was asked to be the trainer and manage for Denver Thunder. And I think it's about a 30-year brigade at this point. You guys are doing little mini versions of what Thunder does when he does outreach. It's just bigger scale, right? But y'all are doing parades and going to schools and public libraries and all that. So without further ado, let's switch to Ann, and Ann's going to talk to us about Thunder and some great stories and sharing about all this outreach and promotion and how we're multiplying what she's doing.
I'm so honored to be able to come and hear what you folks are doing and listen to some stories. I think probably all of us have been doing what you're talking about doing for a long time.
I love that we've created a home, as kind of Jennifer mentioned, that there's been some people out in our community that have kind of been doing these things already and kind of feel like they're doing it on their own. And I feel like this is a home for those people, that they're not alone and that there is this collective effort now that, that they can come and join us. The key, as Paul said, though, is we're still trying to get exposure for this contest. We're still trying to get people to know who we are and what we're doing. And so that's actually why we're offering points. If you recruit a new ambassador yourself, then you can get points for getting people to join the contest and enter the contest. That's a really good way too for us to reach out, let people know what we're doing, your friends or neighbors to participate. Then we'll also offer points for that as well. Excited to see that it's already grown, I think almost double in size. So it's just going to keep getting bigger. And I'm excited to see what people do this year. And I would love to hear from a couple of you what you're excited about this year. We've talked a little bit about what what excited us last year, but Emily, I don't know if you'd be willing to share with us maybe one thing that you're excited about this year, maybe something new.
I think we should interview Colton.
Yeah.
You might get more excitement from him at this time of night. I am kind of excited. So Colton turned 7 this year, which means he's old enough to participate in our equine trail sports. And that has been growing around us. And this will be his first year. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with equine trail sports, but after a certain number of miles on your horse, they get an award. And his horse met those miles with me last year. So his very first competition, he's going to get his first award with his little Arab gelding. I'm excited for that.
That's really awesome. And we really do appreciate it. And I want to go backwards just a second, Jessica, to comment on when y'all are asking questions and we're communicating. Let's try to use the ambassador page on Facebook where people are getting much more interactive there, because I've seen other pages that are similar in their private groups and they get all kinds of great questions and whatnot, not in the Arabian community, but in some other business communities that I'm in. So I think we can really drive some interaction right there.
Yeah, absolutely. We really do want to encourage engagement within the ambassador group. If you have questions, please ask them there, because it's just so much easier to answer them there so that everybody, because you may not be the only one with that question. So it's really a good way to answer so everybody can see. And maybe it's something they didn't think about, and gives them an idea. So it's just, the ambassador group is such a great hub for information, ideas, sharing excitement, sharing what you're doing and things like that. So yeah, absolutely.
So when you're on there, keep in mind that is our insider group. All of our friends aren't going to see that. Tonight, I told you guys, everybody's getting bonus points. All you got to do to qualify is you got to take a screenshot of the Zoom call, and then you get to submit button on the website and submit your points. You're going to get 100 points for being in attendance tonight if you're a contestant. Even if you haven't signed up yet and you sign up tomorrow, that's okay, but you're going to get 100 bonus points for coming to listen to Celebrity Amp.
But they're very nice prizes, and you get a very nice packet just for signing up. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it's a very nice bonus.
If anybody has any specific questions about the contest, how to submit your points or anything like that, or if you have an idea on something that you want to use as a wild card, can I do this? And the points, like Paul said, there's some structure, but we're pretty flexible. And really the idea is just to get these Arabian horses in front of people. So that's our goal.
So one person called me today and asked me, Jessica, can they sign up anytime during the year and start whenever, and their points accrue from that? And I said, yes.
Yes, correct. Good job. You answered that correctly. Yep. There are 2 main contest periods, but you can accumulate points throughout the year for end of year awards. So you can join the ambassador program at any time.
But those points would only count for the year end.
You can sign up later on in the year, but you kind of do want to get in early so that you can accumulate your points for the year end awards. Correct. We really want people to win here. Like, that's the idea. Right. We all want to have fun, and we all want to make it so that everyone is rewarded in some kind of way. And that's also why this year too, we did the sign up packages. So you'll receive this really lovely package just for signing up and becoming an ambassador, which is really fun.
So guys, Ann Judge loves bling, and I'm telling you, she just likes bling. So here's the new blingy belt buckle that the winners of the contest. So we're going to have 3 of these for the 3 champions and 3 of these for the 3 reserves. We also will let people buy them, and they can get different color stones depending on what they want. So that will go on our store at some point.
So one wild card idea that we had, or that we do, I guess, and we hope we get points for, is after we do an event, we write a press release to our local news media and share pictures. So then it gets published what we've been doing with our Arab horse. So, it's old school social media. So that's something that was on our list.
No, that's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
And I would, there's things like that kind of splinter off. As we learn of these things, Emily, I think if people will notify Jessica, she can approve it or not, figure out which bucket it goes in and assign a point value, because that would become a line item for the future.
No, that's definitely worth some points there. And kind of like Anne was saying too, I think that everybody's going to have some unique things that they can do in their area. We were also kind of talking about disciplines and things like that. And I think that it's important to look and see what is popular around us, like where I'm at in Oregon. There's a lot of trail, and endurance is really big in Oregon too. But there's the mountain trail. There's also a lot of like ranch riding and things like that's really popular in my area. So we need to go to these events and show people that Arabians can do these things too, rather than trying to necessarily showcase anything and everything that they can do. See what's specific in your area. See what's popular in your area, because that's what people are going to want to do. They're going to want to do what their community's doing and what their peers are doing and their neighbors. And if they see that an Arabian can do it as well, and then they get introduced to them and their amazing personalities, and they fall in love with just the breed, then they'll be like, oh, well, I can take my Arab and I can go do this with them. This program is a unique opportunity for us to just touch lives in a specific way and to reach children and our community in the way that they're going to want to see the Arabian horse, right? Like not just the way that we think they need to see them, but how they're going to want to see them. So I think that is a really unique experience that we can have. And that's the great thing about us being all over the country. Like Emily said, 3 people from one event in every state in the United States. I mean, that would just be huge. So
one thing for you guys, if you get prizes donated, and that means they have to be approved, we can't just take everything. You will get points for that. So you earn points for getting more prizes for the contest. If you have any, like Emily did the other day, she just called me because we have a 3-tiered structure with champion and reserve and top 10s. And so we got some buckets we can fill, and I'll tell you what's going to work best depending on what they want to do. By the way, y'all, I just think Ann is hilarious, fantastic. We need to put her out there more.
Yeah, she's great. I've been a fan for a long time. So is that a little dream of mine to have her on here tonight? That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Well, maybe if we all ever had an event together, we'd get her and Thunder to come visit us. Maybe we do we do an event together, we'll do it in Denver. So we're there and we'll get to go to their barn. Can you imagine though, riding that horse in the stands
in the field?
And hauling out that tunnel at 100 miles an hour and with a flag and bombs going off. I'm like, how do you do that? It's just amazing.
She was inspiration for me to be a mounted shooter. So if she can do it,
cool.
I can do it with mounted shooting. And I similarly carried the American flag at the stock show in Fort Worth. And that was my comparison to how she must start to feel. I mean, it was a smaller crowd, but it was exciting.
Yeah, but Emily, you probably do more stuff than we do if we do main ring showing. I've carried the flag several times, but even that was a little risky. I mean, it was like, I hope I make it out of here alive.
The only buckle I won that I don't wear and only display is at Quarter Horse Congress, because I carried the American flag there too, but then won a Quarter Horse Congress buckle on my Arab. So,
oh my God, that's amazing.
With the mounted shooting. So
if I can just finish with one little fun story, can I, Paul?
Yeah.
One little fun story. Since when we were talking about promotion, I started thinking about this. I don't know what kind of promotion this is, but this is a funny story. And I haven't really told a whole group of people this, but it's okay. It happened long enough that I think it's okay. Back when Columbine happened out here in Colorado, which was the first big school shooting, it was horrible. It was horrific. And at the time, then President Clinton really wanted to support the families. And so he came out to do this big fundraiser for a memorial for the Columbine School. And they had it at the Four Seasons Hotel, and we had to take Thunder up the elevator and into a ballroom. And there were mirrors. This was Thunder One, who was a stallion. And there were mirrors all over the ballroom. And so during the practice, we just had to walk Thunder around to I don't know what song they were playing. But during the practice, Thunder saw himself in the mirrors. And being a stallion, he got interested. And so, so he got ready to be a breeding animal, as was his job. And one of the Secret Service people for President Clinton said, "Oh my gosh, is he going to do that during the actual event?" And Sharon and I said, "Oh no, we'll have the mirrors covered. We'll have those all covered. No, he won't see himself." And the Secret Service man said, "Well, good, because President Clinton has a certain opinion about his own prowess. And he would be very, very disappointed to see that a horse perhaps is more gifted than he."
Well, and leave it to you to tell a good story like that.
How Thunder one-upped President Clinton. So I'm so lucky to be able to do what I do and to share this magnificent creature with so many people. And I feel so honored to be able to talk with all of you about what you're also so passionate about as well.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
and really, thank you. I know we have a couple questions. Mark, you have your hand up. Do you want to ask a question?
Actually, I want to comment. Paul called me about 2 years ago. He had this idea in his head that he wanted to start this We Love Arabian Ambassador program. And we had many conversations on Saturday morning and kicked things around. And it's great now because it has grown tremendously in the last 2 years. I hope that we continue and get the shows back to bigger classes the way they used to be.
Well, one thing, Mark, to comment real quickly, I know now that it was good that we stopped with 12 teams last year. And we worked on this for a year and then launched it. And we launched with 12 teams, which would have been about 35 total people. But there were just a lot of moving parts and prizes and contest points and this and what about this and that and the other. And we learned what was working and we made some fairly significant changes this year. So this program is much tighter. And I think by next year, really handle having 500 teams.
Wow, that would be something.
Jennifer Tucker is the current chairperson of the local level committee with AHA, and Priscilla Clough, who's also on this call with us tonight, is their vice chairman. So they too, with the local level committee at AHA, coordinate with us and keep everything going back and forth. So we've got a lot that's really coordinated with AHA, and we're all working together so well to really put all our resources to the goal. Guys, thanks for being here. And don't forget to get your contest points for being here. Jessica, do you have anything else for the rest of the team?
I don't think so. I'm excited, everyone. Looking forward to the next happy hour, and I want to hear some exciting things happening.
This association and contest and everything has the most going for it out of any that I've ever done.
Really?
Like, I'm in the quarter horse one, I'm in the paint horse association one, and this one, because I have a very large variety of herd. I've got a little bit of everything, but this has by far been the most fun and all has the best prizes, the most incentive. It's way above and beyond the others.
Good. I thank you for telling us that. I did not know. I'm good.
Way above and beyond. It's going really well.
I'm really glad to be a part of this. There's so much potential here and so many cool things happening. And I thank you, Paul.
Thank you, everybody. Great, mighty ambassador team. What? Go team.
Woohoo!